Hey.
This is exciting.
My bad.
Yeah,
This is because I'm used to B and A doing the same exact thing in the game.
Oh.
So then when you go to the menus, it obviously
This is exciting. This has been a long time, and I say that a lot, but I love Super Mario Odyssey, and I was so excited for this game all year. David is going to be one player right now. He's got the Pro Controller. I got the Joy-Con. I know there's a two-player mode. I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure it's really stupid.
Let's skip this. There we go.
He's used to playing with the Joy-Con. I'm used to playing with the Pro Controller, so we're switching it up a little bit.
We're mixing things.
I don't like really playing with just the Joy-Con unless it's a game designed specifically for it, because they're just so light to me.
See, and that's why I really like playing with them, actually, because it feels like it fits... I don't know, to me, it's like...
Oh, crap.
Travis switched the
HDMI.
HDMI so we can't see it anymore.
Okay.
There we go.
I liked it with the Wii remotes. We're in the nunchuck where you can kind of keep your hands to your side and do it.
Yeah.
But these are just so light. And the buttons are a little close together for my big hands.
I know it's not that big a deal, but, like, I think the graphics in this look so good.
Yeah, I think
they're
really
so
good,
detailed.
Too. Especially all the costumes and some of the NPCs.
and like you can tell, like, yep, his overalls look like they're made out of denim.
I think they did that whole Cursed Kingdom or Broken Kingdom, whatever the one with the Bayonetta dragon, just to show off. You know, like, if we wanted to do hyper-realistic Dark Souls graphics, we can. We just want to do it cartoony.
Yeah.
A lot of people really like this opening. It's sort of the obvious thing to say, but it's like, this game opens how another Mario game might end, which, you know, is a good way to start it out, because it's a little... You know, we've seen the formula many times, so... Not that this, you know, opening ultimately sums up to anything different than any other Mario
No,
opening.
it doesn't. I think it's serviceable. Like, it's what... And this is what we'll talk about a lot as we keep continuing onward. It's a lot of Mario's past and Mario's future. Like, what is...
Yeah.
Like, this game is very much idealizing, like, what is the future of Mario?
But also at the same time, it's like 50% that, but it's a huge part, more so than any other Mario game, I think. And I mean, okay, so I think that the new Super Mario games, they cling to the past too much.
Yeah.
But this game embraces it.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of elements. There's stuff where it's like, oh, this is directly from Mario 64. This is directly from Mario Sunshine. But anything that it does, it adds something new to it, I think.
I really like this intro.
Really? Because I thought this tutorial was kind of boring when I was playing this. By the way, we've both beaten the game already.
Yeah. I have, like, 100 more power moons.
I have 280 now.
Oh, okay. I have, like, 340.
What was I thinking? Put it on two-player mode. Press start.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just want to see what it is. Can you even... Yeah. Oh, like this? No, we're not doing that.
Wait, let's just try it. Come on.
Oh my god, okay.
Who's gonna be Mario and who's gonna be Cappy?
I don't care. You can be Mario, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, okay, wait. Wait.
Oh, wait.
Give me that back.
Wait, shoot.
Okay. Okay, this is a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, this is what we were thinking. Okay, I'll be Cappy with the two Joy-Con.
Okay.
I really don't know what that means to be Cappy. We don't have it yet, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't know, maybe it's like you take control of the transformations, maybe?
I could have gone without this tutorial segment, honestly. And I get that they have to teach people to do it, but I kind of was wishing for that Super Mario 64 just throw you right in the middle of the action type of
I get that, but I feel like this is well done enough. I especially like how they do the instruction, like, yep, this is how you jump, this is how you do it, because it's just at the bottom of the screen, and you can completely ignore it if you already know it.
There's a lot of stuff they don't tell you, too, if you look into the tutorials and experiment around with yourself. Like, I was showing you some leet tricks yesterday.
Guess what? I found the sign in the game that tells you how to do that.
What? I thought I was being leet.
Nope, there's a sign in the game that tells you how to do it.
Oh.
You looked online, that's the problem.
I didn't look online.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I was just leet.
Oh.
Okay?
Sure.
That's an L. No, that's a 7, 2 3s, and a T.
Yeah.
Leet.
And then noob is N20.
Why are you watching the capture on the computer?
I don't know, because it's interesting. It's like,
a
a
1 second delay, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's... No, for me, though, I would have liked... And I get that, you know, what I like doesn't mean it's what's best, but for me, I would have liked just throw us right in. I will say, for a tutorial world, I love what they did where it's not... just a little grassy knoll with some
Yeah.
bushes and rabbits. It's sort of like
It's something
this,
that's completely different from what we've seen
it's
before.
dark.
Really.
I guess it's. I feel like it's supposed to be French inspired because isn't that like hat in French? Bonnet or something.
Well,
like
a bonnet
that.
is a type of hat.
Or bonnet or something like that. And I feel like
Bonnet.
the black and white colors kind of remind me of. I'm not a French expert, so don't quote me on this. But it makes
Well,
me
you're
think,
no Eli.
Yeah, it makes me think French. I really like the worlds in this too. Because part of me was like, oh, the worlds are a little bit, like, there's nothing that exaggerated and different. But at the same time, I feel like the game is supposed to be based on, like, somewhat real-world locations,
Yep.
just exaggerated a little. And for that, I think it does a fantastic... I will go by it. I don't know. We're going to play this as long as I want to try... Our first idea was that we were just going to beat it, and then on the show we were going to 100% it. But now that we know there's 999 power moons, I don't know.
Maybe we'll do it the other way, where we'll 100% it on our own.
What am I...
Oh.
What the heck?
can
Oh,
move
I
around.
can just move around anywhere? Okay. Can you get me
Interesting.
back? Okay, if I press Y, I just go back on top of you.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Okay, well this is interesting. I don't really know what the benefit of it is yet. I guess it'll be helpful with enemies and bosses.
Yeah. Where I can focus on just stomping and you can focus on... Well, the problem is I'm the only one who controls the camera.
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Cameras. I do have like a few minor complaints with this game that we'll get to, but it's like overall, maybe I'm just hyped because I've been playing it lately, but it's like one of my favorite Mario games ever. I like it more than the Galaxy games.
I like it, I think, more as well.
Oh, I got all. Okay.
Ooh, there we go.
Okay.
I just really it's just like so hard to find like a flaw with it.
For me,
In terms of like this could have been done better.
I think there's a few things with the controls I don't like. I don't like how, like, I think it gets confusing when you try and differentiate the long jump and the ground pound. Because the long jump right now, it's different than when you're doing the long jump in the air. And I think they could have, like, done that a little bit better. Because I find myself, until I've really trained myself, I find myself frequently trying to do ground pounds when I get them mixed up.
Oh, sure.
And I feel like it would have been a simple...
So the complaint of the game that you have is that you are horrible at controlling video games.
That's just well, it's not very intuitive how they do it.
No, it's not intuitive.
They
it's
do
true.
it, like, they treat it like it's two different moves, which I guess if you were somebody that never played Mario, you'd be like, oh, he does an extended jump in the air, like a double jump and he has a long jump. But when you're accustomed to Mario, you know it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to do it in succession, which a lot of people would do, I think, it just gets confusing. And, I mean, the format is different than Mario 64, I think very different in terms of the moons. I think I would have... I mean, I haven't completed the post-game, so I don't know at all. But I would have liked just a few more that were, like, a little more puzzly. But I'm still getting...
Yeah, or kind of, not story-driven, but, like, how in Super Mario 64, like, you had, like, almost a kind of a narrative behind, like, going to get the star and, like,
but I
going
feel
to
like
the
there
pyramid.
are... But at the same time, I feel like I say that, and then I play through some, and it's like, okay, there's a handful of moons in each world that have, like, something interesting going on.
Yeah.
But the majority are sort of just quick little things.
Which aren't bad.
No, they aren't unfun at all. So I'm not even, like, definitive... Oh, you can stay the frog, and I can...
Ooh.
Okay, interesting.
That's cool. That'll be helpful for some of the bosses.
That's exactly... Well, that's... Okay, if I had a second complaint about the game before we even get
Brutals.
there... The Brutals, I get that they're trying to do something new to add to the Mario lore, and I commend them for that. But they're just, design-wise, really weak. And the fights are just, like... They might as well... Because I always complain about... how in the new Super Mario games you're always fighting Boomer or like the Koopa kids. So I'm glad they did something a little bit different than that. But the fights mechanically might as well just be the Boomers or the Koopa kids.
Yeah.
Because they're so simplistic.
Top Hat Tower.
Some of them, I don't know, they kind of look creepy too. I'm not sure. Well,
The hats?
the Brutals.
Oh, they look grotesque, like deliberately
One
grotesque.
of them looks like Jack Black, I think.
I love the old, like, prospect, like the country
The, like,
prospector
the, like,
one.
goofy one?
Yeah, the tall
the pork
one.
pie hat.
Yeah.
No, that one with the red hair reminds me of Jack Black. None of them really stand out, though, I guess, except for the hillbilly one.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess he reminds me of, like, a Chuck E. Cheese or
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's type thing.
Ugh.
These guys are just so easy, though.
Oh my gosh, especially in 2-player. Oops.
But I mean, like, you can't blame it for 2-player, because it's like, well, that's
the point.
I can grab parts for you and stuff, though, which is nice.
Ah.
This is actually, the 2-player mode is a little bit more interesting than I thought it would be. I thought it would be just like Mario Galaxy.
Oh, where you, like, collected the star bits?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's any kind of bit I dislike more,
Why are
it's
you
Norbit.
constantly trying to hold a root beer in the controller, and it just doesn't work every time you do it?
I spilled on my lap.
Another thing, okay, this is kind of a weird nitpick. I don't like how a lot of these are power lines. Why are you shaking it like that? You only shake it
Because you go faster.
No, you shake it when there's coins around, and then it goes...
Well, you also go faster if you shake it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wish there weren't as many shaky things, too. I don't like the shaky
Oh, I
things.
like them. I think it's fun. It makes it interesting. It varies it.
Shaking makes it... that makes it interesting?
Yeah.
Shaking it makes it interesting.
To me, it does.
Okay. Because I can't think of anything more contrived than making you shake the controller. But why can't you put it on a button? There's no reason other than we need to justify...
Well, I can't think of anything more contrived than just a button mashing.
It's not a button mashing. It's to make it go faster. Hold down B. Okay. If you want to jump higher, just make the jump that high.
Well, if you hold down Y, you jump higher.
I don't think you will find a single instance in this game that justifies these shakies. I don't think so.
I think it's fun.
Okay, we just have to differ on that because I think it's contrived. And wow, and I'm just crapping on this game. I do love it.
You're like, I'm in love with this game, and here's
am.
why everything is horrible about it.
Well, I just got to err. It's easy to say things you don't like. It's hard to explain, but this game is beautiful, and I love that there's two different forms of currencies.
And I love that each level has their own kind of
currency. They're fun to look at, and because you can buy level-specific costumes. That's a huge thing that I love about this game, and it's such a simple concept, is having the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just makes it fun to have the different
It
costumes.
makes it integrative.
And
it
I like
builds the world.
Because they could have just done it where it's like, oh, you're in the prehistoric world, you have the loincloth costume. But the fact that they let you choose whatever costume you want at any time, I think is fantastic. Because sometimes I want to play as Waluigi or the Mario 64 skin.
Ooh, I have that one right now. Travis, we're doing some spoilers.
This is a whatever. Oh, this will be super helpful for one of the platform. There's some platforming challenges that are really hard with how you have to throw the cap, and then like those ones where it turns into a cloud.
Mm-hmm.
There's this one part where you have to. It's like too far away to just hit with the cap, so you have to throw the cap while you're in the air to activate it. Get the cap back, and then jump again. I thought, though, I had a lot of trouble like mastering that sort of technique. We can just throw it like this, it'll make it 10 times easier.
I know where there's a secret moon that we can go grab.
I've gotten everyone in this world.
I haven't. Not yet.
And I think this is a great first world, too.
Because it's just different enough from your classic, like,
but it's familiar enough.
Yeah.
It's got and they give you the T-Rex was a huge thing. We knew about it. That was big in the marketing. It's not, super mechanically deep, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
Which with Mario, that's what I want. I want some things that are mechanically deep, and I want
Mario,
some things that are just charming.
really, Mario is... Oh, shoot. Mario is all about play and, like, having a good... Like, an enjoyable and easy... Like, their controls are always spot on.
Yes, the controls are... I mean, besides the small things I mentioned, which is a personal nitpick, this feels like the control for this is like perfect Mario. It's better than Mario 64. It's better than Sunshine. I think it's better than Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit heavier.
Which I don't mind.
No, I like that. Adds a little more weight.
Ooh, we've got one.
And I think there's a great amount of like mystery and intrigue to this game with the cubes. Because I was like, what are those?
It's like, maybe we'll come back to this later.
You can't do that portrait thing yet.
I know you can't do the portrait until, like, the after game, I believe. Post game.
I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the Luncheon Kingdom.
I don't think so. I don't know. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We'll get here in, like, 20 years.
It really doesn't take that long. That's another great thing, is it really doesn't take that long to beat the game.
No, I feel like this first time through, we're just going to kind of do the necessary ones.
Yes.
And then because I liked to, spend a lot of time in each world, but I think if we go fast now and then come back to each later.
That's what I wrote, because that was my whole thing, is like, I just want to beat the game and get to the end so I can have everything open to me to explore and all the tools. But that's the game's set up, so it's like, okay, 10, 15 hours, you beat the game. Now you can just explore and experiment and have fun. And I'm like, that's great. Because there's some people who are like, oh, the game's so short. It's like, no,
I'm like, no, you didn't do anything, that's why.
A million years.
And then those are probably the same people that are like, open world games are awesome. Oh, shoot. Oh. Ooh, let's get it. As long as I'm here.
You're supposed to get that one with the chain chomp, I think.
I know, but... No, it's Mario. We can do whatever we want.
Another flaw, Uncle Amiibo. And all the Amiibo functionality in this game is stupid. I guess I don't have the wedding Amiibos, but it seems like no matter what I scan, maybe we'll play around with this later, I just get 1 coin.
I don't think that's right. That should not be
We'll play around with it. But he's like, we'll give you hints, and I scanned about 10 of my Amiibo. Granted, I was scanning like Chibi Robo and like Falco and Squidling, so I guess I didn't expect, them to pop in the game. But...
And I loved that they added these. When this popped up, I was like, whoa, I did not see that one coming. But it makes so much sense.
They showed that
awesome.
in the trailer.
Oh, they did?
Or one of the trailers. So, I did that by accident. I'm usually pretty leery to these 2D sections because I feel like they're overplayed, but I think these are sparse and done well enough.
Mm-hmm.
And they have... What's really cool is, I noticed this is an important part, they reward you for knowing the mechanics of, like, original 2D Mario.
Yep.
So it's like, if I know that I can make this jump or I can make this run, you're, given a little...
Or, yep, there's secret blocks in places, and, if you have a certain momentum that you can build certain ways.
And it's great because it always keeps your costume in the 2D, which is really fun. I love... And the other thing about the costumes is they give a whole new weight to coins. So, like, you actually want to be getting coins, like, at all times so you can get the costumes. And that's something I think Mario games have been lacking, is coins. I mean, they're fun, but it's like, there's a certain point where you don't need extra lives,
Yeah. Well, and there's a certain point where it's like, I don't really care about... it used to be like, oh, getting the high score was always the important thing in video games. Obviously, way, way back when. But now it's like, well, I don't really care about score anymore.
And you gotta think, like, with some of these costumes, if this was an EA game, it'd be like, oh, you want the Mario 64... retro skin, that'll be $2.99.
Yeah.
Oh, you want the Peach's Castle DLC? That'll be $5.99. I actually really hope they do DLC with this game. Here's my, and I know this sounds dumb because it's probably what everyone's saying, but I did see that they have Isle Delfino on the map. I'm guessing it's not in the game right now because I'm sure I would have seen it on Twitter a million times. But that's what I say for DLC. Give us Isle Delfino with some more challenges and some additional worlds, too.
What if they do, Super Bell Hill?
Be done. Well, I mean, Isle Delfino was like an open hub world.
Yeah.
That's another thing, is there's no hub world in this game, and I don't really miss it. Just the way that it's set up.
No, I don't really miss it either. I originally, from, the trailer that I saw, I expected New Donk City to be the hub
That's
world.
what I thought, too, but
And then it wasn't, which was interesting and fun.
I don't think it needs a hub world. I like hub worlds. I don't think so either. But it's like... Triple Moons feel like a little bit of a cop-out.
Yes, they do.
I feel like they're like, oh, we want to give some of the boss fights more weight to it so you get 3 moons, but... I don't know if it was necessary. I guess they really wanted to get to that $9.99. So I don't really understand this Brutal. She's not with them in the...
She's their mom.
She's their mom?
Yeah.
Okay, but why... She's not with them in the boat, she's just hanging out on Dinosaur Island, or in the boat.
Well, and then she comes back
at
later,
the end,
yeah.
But it's like...
But by that time, it's like, oh, her Chain Chomp has 3 hats instead of 1. Great.
I actually like the Bowser fights in this game, though, but the Brutal fights, and the non-Brutal fights are actually pretty good, too.
Yes. I love the UFO one. I thought that was really fun, and just so much different than I would have expected.
That's the other thing you have to consider this game, is when it was first revealed, and a big part of it is we didn't even know about the capture mechanic, which actually diversifies the gameplay so much more than I would have thought. The missions and almost levels where it's like the Wiggler or the pop-up guy. are so dynamic. I love the charge and chuck. That's my favorite one to control.
The charge and chuck?
The football guy that can charge. He's only in the main game. You only use him at the very end. But he's in a lot of like the post-game platforming challenges. You got to know your Mario lore if you don't know charge and chuck.
I know. Well, it's been a while since I've played, games with them and them.
Okay, so we'll stop after this boss. Our introduction is Mario Odyssey. A little bit different than other ones because we're not really talking about our personal lives, but you want to hear us just praise Mario for...
And also talk about its very, very minuscule faults.
Yeah, for, I don't know, we're probably going to do like 100 episodes of this, so strap in. We'll pause as soon as this is... Oh, he's got a little dance. I like Cappy, too.
I like its design.
I think it's fun design.
It's simple but effective.
I think it's good because it reminds you of Boo's and... Oh, we'll come back to this.
Alright, we'll see ya.